Hello everyone, welcome to You Can Automate. Now AI is entering into all streams, right? Right from the product, development, QA, and every other industries. So now it is very important to know about AI and what are the different tools being used in AI and how we can use it in our quality assurance. So before getting into a deeper of the tools and different tools which are being used in AI, we need to know some of the basic terminologies which are used in AI. Then we can go ahead about it. So in this session, we are going to learn about some basic concepts about AI, how it works. Then in upcoming sections, we will learn more about it, right? So let's begin with this. The first thing is artificial intelligence. So it is not just one component, it is not just one system, it is a whole ecosystem. It includes multiple things. The multiple things are LLM, that is large language model, and the next thing is a tokens, AI agents, and generative AI. So with which is including all these things, then we call it as a AI, that is artificial intelligence, right? So we'll learn about these things one by one. So let's go into first thing is LLM. So what is LLM? LLM is a large language model. It is a type of AI model, or you can say it is a piece of a code which takes lot of data, or we can feed lot of text into it, and then this model use some of the deep learning techniques, and it performs a different analysis. Then it produces a different results. So what are the different functions this LLM performs? First is understand the context. When you are adding a data, it understands the context, analyze it, then it provides a text. The response could be in a text format, then right, it could be in a video or audio format also, right? Then this also can translate your language. If you are adding into one language and if you are asking LM to perform or translate into a different language, then it can do it. Comprehensive data, or you want to have a short data, so then this LM go into all the data whatever you have added. It takes the only the required amount of a data and it kind of summarize it. So this also can be done by using LLM, and it can also answer your questions, right? So this is the main purpose of the LLMs. Now moving forward, how this LLM works, right? LLMs are trained using process called unsupervised learning. That means we'll be adding a lot of data into it. That data could be anything on the internet, right? It could be a text data, it could be a image data, it could be a video data, anything into it. And based on that data, then it processes the data and finally will get the output or the trained LLM. So this is the kind of a LLM training process. If you look at this picture, the first phase is untrained LLM, where we call it as the initial state of the language model. There will be a piece of a code and it is ready to take the data, right? And then the next phase we call it as a data ingestion. That is where we are adding a lot of data into it, and normally the data will be in a form of a text. That data could be anything on the internet, and this process will run longer because here we need to add a lot of data into it, and that phase we call it as a data ingestion, right? Once this data ingestion is done, the next phase we call it as a next word prediction. Where we have added lot of data, this LLM or the piece of code, it starts predicting the next word. So for example, if I'm saying hello, the next word could be hello folks, hello world, hello, hi, how are you, or it could be anything. Based on the lot of data what we have added, it start predicting the next word of each word, right? That is the third phase. The fourth phase is statistical understanding. It starts understanding the language. Once it has got all the words in it and it starts understanding the language what we have added, right? So it's kind of a learning phase. It start developing its own kind of a language, and that is the fourth step. And finally we'll get a trained LLM, right? There we can ask any questions and finally it will be ready with a LLM model, right? The next topic is a tokens. So tokens is a basic unit of any of the LLM. We call it as that token could be anything. That token could be a word, a part of word, a small letter, a character, a punctuation mark, or special characters, or it could be a simply a white space also. Right? If you look at the examples which is given here, lot of tokens examples are given like hello and the world. Right? If you look at the other examples, it contains a special characters, question mark, dollar symbol, ampersand, or it could be a white space also. Right? This is a basic tokens are a basic unit of any LLM. Based on this only all the processings will happen. The next thing is AI agents, right? AI agents is kind of autonomous entity which can run on its own, right? First, what it does, it perceives the environment and makes a decisions, and based on the decisions what it made, it takes the actions also, right? If you take a look on this entire the below picture here, this is the different phases of this AI agents, right? Say for example, the first phase is a perception, right, where it is trying to understand the phase or environment where you are adding a question, right? So it could be if you can take an example of a self-driver car. When the car is getting driven, right, there will be some obstacles. It understands the obstacle. Based on that, it takes some decisions and then it performs some actions, right? The second phase is nothing but a decisions making. It suddenly makes a decisions and based on the circumstances, and then it takes actions. So action could be apply a brake, or you divert from that route, or any it could be anything else. Then this is we call it as autonomy, right? Without manual intervention, without human intervention, it is performing its actions. This is we call it as AI agents. So now we have understood about LLM, we have understood about AI agents. Now how to make use of AI agents into LLM. So some of the examples which is already being used in our industry, that could be a customer service, right? So if you look into any of the e-commerce sites, so like Amazon or something, they have a chatbot, right? Whenever you are asking a product review or you are asking some questions, now it is answering based on the data what it has. Another could be a managed inventory. It could be a e-commerce inventory where a lot of inventory is moving between different systems. Then this LLM and AI agent can manage the inventory between different systems, right? Then it performs a research also. Now there are many tools in the industry. There are different tools available where it asks for whether you want to perform some research on the text which you have added, or you want to generate some image out of it, or it could be any other different answers also, right? So these are the different examples of how we can use AI agents with LLM. Now what is generative AI, right? Generative AI refers to AI model that generates a new content such as text, image, audio. If you go to a Google Labs now, and if you provide just a text into it, say for example, I want to have a cat dancing on the floor. So this could be my text, and it reads that text and it provides a different video out of it. So this is nothing but generative AI, which includes text, image, audio, and video also, right? So this is a session about different buzzwords being used in AI. Let me know if you have any questions. In further sessions, we'll go deeper into AI and we'll learn different tools in the AI. Thank you.